So you may have times when you're anxious and you'd like to just center in with meditation. So I'm going to do this one for that situation. So just center down. Feel your feet on the floor, your butt in the chair. Feel the breath going in and out. And as you rest, notice all the sensations in your body. You may be feeling movement, or you may feel density, you may feel constriction. Resist the urge of labeling them, saying they're anxious, anxiety or fear or whatever else. That's adding another label and a layer of description we don't need. So just feel your body, and again, just notice all the sensations. Is it warm or cold? Is it tight or open? Just feel all through your body. And if there's a part of you that wants to judge those sensations, just notice the sensation that that part has. Does that part feel constricted or fast or slow? Just keep feeling all the way from your head to your toes. How does it feel behind your eyes? How does it feel in your throat? How does it feel in your heart? How does it feel in your gut? How does it feel in your pelvis and sacrum? How does it feel in your hands, in your feet? And now notice the constancy in which all these sensations are happening. Feel the alive space in which all of these things come and go. Notice this alive space. Notice how hard it is to notice it. It doesn't have as much of a shape, perhaps. Perhaps it doesn't have as much intensity. And yet, notice its constancy. Notice this effortless constancy. Notice how there's a holding. In fact, it not only holds all those other sensations, but it permeates them all. Feel this alive spaciousness. Feel how it's unharmed. And as you continue to feel this alive spaciousness, notice its kind of natural vibrancy or effervescence or subtle radiance. Notice its utter simplicity. There's nothing to reach for. There's nothing to figure out or solve. And in its constancy, it's somewhat ordinary. It may often just be in the background. But right now, as we turn our attention to this alive spaciousness, we're letting it fill the foreground of our attention. Now notice that everything you do, your persona, your thoughts, your reputation, your desires, your physical body experience are all passing in and out of this alive spaciousness. And feel how this alive spaciousness is more you than any of those other things. Rest as the alive spaciousness. As the alive spaciousness, we have nothing to defend. As the alive spaciousness, we need nothing. As the alive spaciousness, there's nothing to add to ourselves. There's inherent, innate completeness. As the alive spaciousness, we don't find an endpoint. There's no endpoint in space. There's no endpoint in time. As the alive spaciousness, there's just no edges, no boundaries. Feel the alive spaciousness. Feel how it is prior to everything else, and in fact, a sort of source for everything else. This vast, alive spaciousness does not retire in the corner, rather, it births each second into existence. Feel how all experience is birthed out of this alive spaciousness. Feel how it is origin. Feel how there is nothing that can happen without the participation of the alive spaciousness. Feel how its innate wholeness can seem to experience all these many parts, but the parts come and go, and the innate wholeness remains. Rest as the alive spaciousness. Notice its effortless being. Notice its effortless inclusion of all that it generates. It doesn't reject or resist. It infuses. Feel its living essence as the core of all experience. Feel how anything that might appear to harm can only harm so deep. This core living essence, the alive spaciousness, is never harmed. And feeling that indestructibility provides space for anything that could appear dangerous. In fact, anything that appears only comes down to a sensation within this alive spaciousness. Every experience is just another sensation and another sensation and another sensation. And this alive spaciousness is intimate with every sensation. It births it, it maneuvers it, it completes it, while the alive spaciousness constantly continues. As we marinate as this alive spaciousness, we know our open-heartedness. We know our open-mindedness. We know the source of all creativity. We know the underlying connection of everything. And we know the guiding benevolence that it is. Rest as the alive spaciousness. alive spaciousness requires nothing. It's effortless, self-sufficient, timeless, all permeating, and all inclusive. The alive spaciousness has no argument with concerns. It initiates free-flowing responses. It's more than enduring. It's the unchanging. The alive spaciousness feels into all experience, knows everything from the inside, while itself being so much bigger, if you could say it has a size, while itself being so unharmed. So whole, so unlimited. As the alive spaciousness, we're free. We're free to have experiences of bigness and experiences of smallness. The alive spaciousness persists regardless. Life is very simple. As alive spaciousness, we may experience tension, we may experience openness. And the alive spaciousness rides them both out. The alive spaciousness notices heaviness, notices lightness, but this that we are permeates each experience and endures. The alive spaciousness can't be defined. Doesn't stay in comfort zones. Doesn't follow even our expectations for an idyllic world. The alive spaciousness erupts as a profusion of experience, a profusion of loudness and quiet, of movement and stillness. Of what looks like advancement and what looks like the reverse. The alive spaciousness has nowhere to get, nothing to achieve. It's inherently full, inherently fulfilled. And it births all these experiences for its own delight. There's no achievement. There's alive spaciousness, generating each experience and ending each experience. Whether it generates shorter lives or longer lives. Whether it generates positions of power or positions of receptivity. This alive spaciousness is the enduring core in every case. Available always. Seen most clearly in surprising moments. Its choreography of experiences dances through. And this alive spaciousness moves the dancers while itself remaining steady, vast, a potent, subtle radiance emanating in everything. Feel its potency. Feel its constant pouring forth. Feel its vibrational radiance. It's prior to life, prior to consciousness, prior to wisdom, prior to love and joy. It's that fundamental potentiality. Just feel that. This is what we are. Infinite. Immense. All permeating. before we come up with a thought, before we come up with an identity, before we come up with a preference, before we have any expectation or start naming anything. This alive immensity is us. Safe not because it's static or dead or comfortable, but because it's unharmable. An alive immensity that intimately feels all experience, looks through our eyes, hears through our ears. This core awareness, this unchanging essence, while it is intimate with suffering, it doesn't suffer. It knows whatever is right now as its ongoing expression. All the totality of experience right now is its expression. And then the next moment is its expression. Sure, the individual components may come and go, but this next moment is a masterpiece of its expression. And the next moment, a masterpiece of its expression. The components may appear to flicker this way and that, and the curiosity of the alive immensity permeates it all. But this steady, constant, alive space moves on and on and on, rests as this alive immensity. Rest from any need to judge or expect or prefer or manage. In this openness, the wisdom for any next step arises. Just rest as true nature. Rest as the alive awareness. And as you go into your day, just allow yourself to notice this core awareness, this core essence, this source where all experience flows from. And pause and feel this timelessness, this spaciousness,